right, looks like we might get one or two people in here. I'm just sitting here getting ready to do some work, and I figured, why not? Let's do a little live, you know? Hey, Larry. Remington, how you doing? Got my iPad here just in case you're wondering. I can see it. But yeah, I was getting ready to do some work, and I figured, let's just turn this thing on, go live. I have an XL Auto that I've been building. It's been on delay for a while, so today I figured I'm gonna get back to work on it and start assembling it. I ported it. See the port work in there, the transfers, some fingers thrown in there. A little bit of port work on an XL Auto, but I'm going to get started putting this thing back together now. I got a brand new piston for it. I'm getting ready to get that installed. But what are you guys up to? Hey John, how you doing? Did you have you tried firing that saw up, or is it just going to be a shelf clean for you? The exhaust I'm not going to do until I get the rest of it installed and can actually get the new timing with the new piston and everything, just to make sure everything's accurate. So the exhaust is the only thing I have not touched yet, but everything else is done. That's done. Here's the lower half of it. I cleaned up the intake, as you can see. And I actually went through the entire inside, cleaned up everything. I just got done doing all my mating surfaces here, getting them ready for the assembly. Working on a knife design. I've done a few of these saws, and I'm kind of set on how I do it. Those fingers are pretty important if you really want to boost the power of these things, I'll tell you. They really do a lot. So just time them the same as your transfers, and you'll be golden. As far as the transfer work goes, here's a little closer. As you see, I actually like to leave a decent amount of the bridge, just because it helps to squeeze the air and keep the velocity up, you know. Everything you see on the lower is just me getting it matched up to this side. So if I stuck this together, got it backwards. All right, so if I stuck this together and showed you the inside, can you see it? See how the transfers now match up good with the case? That's what all that lower work is doing, getting all that stuff matched up good. Just to help flow, you know? Smutty, how you doing, Brandos? Brandos, or is it Brendos? Yeah, I hope it's going to be a ripper. It's not mine. It's somebody else's. I'm going to be building a couple more of these. People seem to like the way they run, and every time I build one, it seems to get better and better. You know? I put a lot of time into them. Can't see me, you can only hear me. Well, I got me here, but I'm watching it on my iPad, and I can see myself on the iPad as well. So I don't know. Hey, there's Butler. How you doing, Andrew? I got 2 clips with it, but I'm pretty certain they're the wrong size. They're way bigger than the hole. So I'm gonna have to scavenge up some used ones, I think, to use. Had to close and reopen. Okay. Hey, old Blue, how you doing? You probably can't see what I'm doing, can you? What are we working on? Oh, I'll show you here in a second. My furnace is running, so I'm going to give it a second. Right now, I'm just putting a piston together. Do myself proud and do a good job. I'm trying. I try to do my best every time. Problem I'm dealing with is these clips. They sure seem big for the hole. You know, they seem quite large. I'm trying to get it in there. Man, is it being a pain in the butt. I'm getting a 750 soon. You trying to make me jealous? You're jealous because I have 923s and 25s. That's funny. I have several. I'm putting a 925 up for sale soon. But it's not a cheap one. It'll be my most expensive one. And the big 1000 series. You're next on the 925 list. Here, let me show you the next one's going up for sale. I actually just made a video of it. Full wrap version. There's nothing wrong with that handlebar. Again, this is my nicest 925, and I'm selling it. Yeah, it's the next one going up for sale. It's going to be priced high. I'm going to price it high, and if it don't sell, then I keep it. It's as simple as that. Really high. So, you know, if you really want to know the number, I'll tell you, but it is going to be high. I think I'm going to put the price high just because, you know, that's what it's going to take it out of my hands. And if it don't sell, then it's going to stay here and just stay on my shelf like it's always been. You know what I mean? Not much wrong with this saw. You know? Not much paint missing. I'm not a fan of repainting chainsaws. So, you know, be worth around $500 to $600 down there, yeah. So I'm actually pricing this one at $550. It'll either sell or it'll stay here. This is a West Coast version. So back in the day, West Oregon area and all that, they had different regulations. So this is specific to that area. That muffler design, how it comes out and it's got that guard and it shoots the exhaust gases forward. This is specific to the West Coast region. But yeah, I'm putting the price at $550, and if nobody wants it, you know, nobody wants to buy it at that, then it's going to stay here, you know. I need tools, and it'll help a lot with gathering up those tools, you know. Hi, Jared. How you doing? Remington might be interested. Well, you know, I got a video coming up, so the video hasn't come out yet. It'll probably be next week sometime when the video comes out. So, you know. What tools do I need? So, all the expensive ones. I'm looking for a lathe. It's going to have to be a smaller lathe setup. It can't be one of the big ones because it's got to come down like 5 or 6 steps through a doorway. So if I ended up with a full-size lathe, I would have to tear the lathe all apart to put it in and set it up. So I'm looking for something smaller, something that can fit, you know, tabletop sized. I also want to get a mill, but I'd like to get a smaller version of a mill, just a small one. You know, I don't do any big heavy-duty mill work. So I'm looking for something, you know, smaller. Also want to get a TIG welder. I mean, there's other stuff, but those are the 3 expensive tools that I'm trying to gather up the cash for. I've been doing everything I can, fundraising and stuff. Now, I've also wanted to buy some saws, so some of that's already taken care of. We got 2 of the saws already taken care of. There's another one for certain that I really want to get. The second one is kind of, you know, it can happen whenever. I need a 372. I'm looking for the 372 clone, and then I want to get an 036, an original 036. I used to own one years ago. It got stolen, and I want to replace it. So that's my goal now. Everything else that I wanted is already taken care of. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? There's JK Salt Shop. How you guys doing? Ever run an 038 Magnum? No. I had an 036, an 025, and an 040. It was an 044. I can't remember exactly. But for years, those were the 3 saws that I ran. And then one day, somebody broke into the garage, but they didn't come through the door. They literally were around behind the building with probably like an electric chainsaw or something of the sort and just cut a big hole right in the wall from around back where all the trees and stuff are hiding them. Went in and they had free range of the place and cleaned everything out. All the saws, all the hand tools, welder, real nice MIG welder setup. Everything just gone. So every tool you can imagine. So, you know, I used to have a lot of stuff. I also had in my 20s, I was living at my father's place. It was around 21, and like I started moving out, got my own apartment, everything started moving out, but there happened to be a fire, so I lost a lot of stuff that time. So, yeah, I have a lot of losses in my history. But then there was another time where I got into like some of the worst financial issues, so I started selling stuff. So that's why I have like no tools now. I've had so many repeated issues that really set me back, you know. JK got the package today. That's good. There's Oz Dat Man. How you doing? So I got one clip in. Now I got to get the other side in. I tried using one of the original factories, but they're too small. They're too sloppy in there. It'd just fail on me. So I'm trying to get it out right now. There's goats. you're new to the game, oh, well, look at that. There's a guy I haven't seen in a long time. Rock of Ages. Wow. So if you're new to the game, I'm getting ready to do another series of videos. Hey, Simple Man, how you doing? Simple Man actually got one of these saws. But I'm getting ready to do another video series about porting a saw, showing how to do it. And it's going to be different than I've ever seen another channel do. So I hope you guys like it. It's going to suck though, because it's going to take forever to get it done. There's going to be a lot of videos. So I hope you guys like it, you know. I'm going to do it though, because I feel like it's the one kind of video that's been missing, you know. So I hope you guys like it. Because we're not just going to do the work. I'm going to show you, like, we're going to talk about Squish Band, the modifications to the Squish Band, but we're also going to explain why we do this stuff to the Squish Band. You know, we're going to get into some of the details and try to help people make sense of it. Mama Taz, there's Mike. How you doing? Rock, you're making it? That's good. McDaniel, how you doing, buddy? Eugene, you love home light saws. Oh, I love them too, don't you? I was just showing my next saw I'm getting ready to sell. You know, I'll bring it up here in a minute. I'm trying to put a clip in a wrist pin right now. Trying. I'm not succeeding very well. This is being a bugger, I'll tell you. It does not like me at all. Come on, get in there. I think I got her. There we go. We got them both in. Thumbs up, everybody. That's right. Let's get our thumbs up in there. How is Florida? It's definitely wet down there, I bet. Hashtag home light addiction. Yes, I got the package open. The video should be coming out one of these days. I've been more involved with getting stuff done than working on getting videos edited and uploaded and sent out. You know what I mean? But since I've already showed it once, and there's some new people here, I'm going to show you what I'm working on. Working on an XL Auto, Homelight Super XL Auto. The package was not damaged. Everything is all good. But I'm working on a Homelight Super XL Auto that I've been porting. It got delayed because I got into a bunch of other stuff. Well, I'm getting back into it now. And the port work is mostly done. I got to get the bottom half assembled before I set the exhaust work. But here's what the port work looks like. Put my fingers in there like I always do. And here's the bottom half, the intake work, all cleaned up. And I'll even clean that stuff up too. I'm in the process of getting everything ready to reassemble. Got a brand new bearing installed, so we got good, no play. She's good and solid, good to go. Got to do the rest now. When you go to SawFest, Bing, you're a game next time, my friend. Hey, there's Cody Smith. That's my little boy. Nice. How you doing, William? So, what do we got to do next? Next, I got to get these two put together. I need 5 screws. Once they're together, then I can work at it, getting the piston, the connecting rod assembled. What's the fingers? What do fingers do? All right. So, how do I explain this? These are the fingers. You see them in here that I cut in? Okay, some people would refer to them as boost ports. Some people would refer to them as fingers. I call them both. So you might hear me refer to it as a boost or a finger. But technically, I would call these fingers. But the way I built these is they are basically additional transfers from the crankcase. They are opening at the same time as the transfers, roughly. If you look through the exhaust port, you can kind of see. They open roughly the same time as the transfers. If they were boost ports, true boost ports, you don't want to open them at the same time as transfers usually. But this is one of those things that works really good on things with larger squish numbers, reed valve systems, all that stuff. Especially if you can get a bigger blowdown number, you can use these to help push a heavier charge up. But if you look at the position of these fingers and where they're at, and if you imagine, so the fingers are on this side, here's the exhaust. So whenever that charge is hitting up, those fingers being back here are going to help the exhaust gases come up and roll down and around and out. That's the whole reason I put them in there like that. And they gave a considerable amount of power to these saws. So that's the secret to getting more power out of these, is putting them fingers in there and doing it correctly. Now the transfer work, as you see it, that is me. Okay, so the transfer work is me getting the bottom half lined up correctly, like getting the transfers mashed up good and smooth with the case. Now you can see where the fingers kind of lay in there. But that's how the transfers are. I got everything lined up nice and even so that we got a nice smooth transfer of fuel up to the top. That's why I got them so big though, is just to get everything mashed up nice and clean. If I wouldn't do that, then the transfer would actually be sticking halfway of that distance, and you'd have like a big wall there, you know? And if you got a big wall sitting right there, you know what I mean? Then it kind of interferes with the flow. But that's my whole system of how I do them. Now, as far as the length of them goes, it's just, for these, I just got a time the same as the transfers. You know, they open the same time as transfers, and I got them drugged down into to where they're fed from the crankcase, because the piston being in here. Okay, so here it is with the piston. And you can see where they are. and the piston comes down or whatever, you know. They're pulling the charge out of the bottom half of the engine. But that's how I got her. That's how I build these saws. How you doing, Chris? Yeah, I got them hogged out good. Reed saw's tricky to work on. I don't know. I must be strange because I actually prefer to work on the reed saws. I don't know. How close to top dead center can they be used? I wouldn't be looking at top dead center. I'd be looking at the transfers. You time them with the opening of the transfers. Celtic Clover is my wife, just in case you guys haven't figured that out. She's in here talking to everybody. Got a little top handle XL. I have not ran one of them in years. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I don't know how my iPad would be screwing with the upstairs TV. That don't make sense. What have you guys been up to, though? What you been doing? Huh? What you been doing out there? Any new projects? I got all sorts of projects getting ready to happen. You're deer hunting, yeah? I used to get into a lot of deer hunting. I didn't get any in this year. None. It is an XL Auto that I'm working on right now. Yeah, it's November. This is the time to be out there. Working on a Sears D44. Slew of concrete saws. I got 2 concrete saws. Neither one of them run. Revives are like an old woman from a man that sold and worked them. 4 saws today. Wow, you mean you got 4 saws today? Just finished an MS 661, Dalmer 153, 395 XP, 038. Ported, had to fix a fuel leak in the tank. Remington's building a Super XL Auto as well. You're gonna say JK's gonna start on a 50 next week. That's good. Got a project I think I might be interested in. Start working on a 770D. See what kind of power you get out of it. Boy, that's different. I was just showing the saw that I'm getting ready to sell next. You guys want to see it again? This is the next one going up for sale. I got a full video coming out on this. But yeah, that's the next one coming up for sale. You're running your brand new 372 XP today. It's a hungry one. Two Husky, 136, 36 steel, 170. Oh, you got a 170. And a Home Ranger free. I'm looking for an 017 style saw. I want to build one for Saw Fest, you know? You'll trade me. Gonna see if you can blow it up a couple of times. Yep. That's a way to do it. Tasman. Yep, that is a beauty. Can you put those fingers in a lumbar cylinder? Yes. Exactly like I did there. It'll work. Where's her message? Why that one? That one is one of my favorites. Money. I am fundraising for new tolls. You better race those 17 a few months back. It's mental. Kenny needs the 925. That's funny. Giving you free information about the home. Paired thread on a 365 SP, running issue on a 137. Cylinder swap on a 625. Waiting on parts for a 2153. It's a funny thing about chainsaws. The work never, ever, ever stops. Never. So the fingers will increase compression without messing with swish. It will not affect compression at all. It changes what they call the scavenging of the saw. Scavenging is how the transfers the flow of the charge up through the cylinder and move the exhaust gases out the muffler. It changes all of that. And it will increase power. The problem with fingers is if you run them too early. The biggest mistake you can make with fingers is open them too early. If you open them too early, you will lose the pressure in the bottom half of your engine that you need to push your transfer charge up. So these fingers like this, they either open at the same time of the transfer or later. 3 degrees later is common. It's very common. I'm using mine. I'm opening them up at the same time of the transfer. So it's basically just another set of transfers is what I'm doing. But never open them up earlier, especially on this kind of a saw. There might be some other engines that you can get away with it, but I've already experienced it with these. If you open them up too early, the saw just falls on its face and doesn't hardly want to even pull the chain around the bar, let alone put it in a piece of wood. So definitely never go further than the same opening time as the transfers. Am I going to make it to Tazapalooza? She's going to be expensive, you know, $2,000. So I don't know. I don't make any promises. You don't know where to start. Well, the first thing you do is get it to start. How about that? How about we see it start first? Then it'll make it a lot easier, because if there's any issues getting it started, then you can fix those and not have to deal with them later thinking it might be something else, you know? So I would suggest let's get it running first. How do I enjoy the Gordon Jennings book? I enjoy it a lot. You're about to find out. We're going to do some videos on that book, so with some of the stuff that's in it. So we're actually going to put that book to use. Had a day-old calf get out today. It outran your golf carts. Well, geesh. Can you run faster than a golf cart? I don't know. But that's pretty impressive if it outran the golf cart. I would have liked to seen that. That would have been a YouTube moment. Yes, 3 degrees later. I open them at the same time as the transfers on this particular saw, but it is more common to open them 3 degrees later. So yeah, those fingers, yeah, it is more common to open them 3 degrees later. Just for this particular saw, I'm opening them at the exact same time. Ride down with Muffler, he's going to be in the road for 3 days to get there. 2 days, 3 days there, and 3 days to get back. It's going to take 3 days to get there. I don't know if I can stand sitting in a car for 6 days, you know. I ain't coming unless I can fly. You're off, guys. Got to make a few gaskets on the circuit machine. Let's go. Go make your gaskets. You have a lot of stuff to get repaired. Yep, I know there's a 50 sitting there that's going to need some repairs. Farm Boss Mikey, hi bud, how you doing? You couldn't believe it. Those calves are fast, aren't they? I can remember one time milking cows, and it was before the milking started. I had to, we're cleaning out the tank where all the milk goes into the big tank. I was in there scrubbing it. Basically got to stand on your head to get in there and clean it. And I get up, I had to go pee. So where you go pee, you go out and you pee at the same place the cows pee, But I went out there to take a whiz, and I turned and look, and a cow was having a baby. And then I was kind of young at that point. I really didn't understand what was going on. I thought it was interesting. The cow was having a baby right there in front of me. So I went and told them, and they said, and I told them, hey, the cow out there having a baby. They're like, oh, cool. Do you see a nose? I was like, no, I see feet. Well, apparently that was a problem. They went out and checked, and here the baby was coming out backwards. So out they come with some baler twine, wrapped it around the feet, and it was a tug-of-war match. They just started pulling and pulling and pulling. I just remember that baby just flopping out of that cow, falling down and plonk, bouncing off the ground and everything. Didn't hurt it at all. It just, within a minute, it got up and was getting, it was fine. But that was the first experience I can remember watching a cow have a baby as a child, Now, Simple Man, I bet he goes through this all the time. You're going to be there for a full week. Boy, that's a week of driving, plus there a week. That's 2 weeks. Wow. Who is Baby Bella? William White. Got a super easy not oiling. Someone put a plug in it. Must have lost cap. Is there a duckbill valve in the cap? Smitty. Super easy. Yes. Duckbill valve inside the cap. I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain there is. Oh, I see. Baby Bella, her name is Nicole. Well, is it either the cap or in the tank? Yeah. Well, super easy, I think they're in the cap. I think it's the little, like the Super 2s and stuff. I think those are in the tank. Did I see your videos of me cutting wood? Yep. One of those views in there was me watching you cut some wood. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's in the cap. Ugh, I got a super easy right here. Nope, there's no duckbill in this cap. So either it's missing or something. But there's no duckbill valve in this cap. Definitely isn't the fuel cap. It'll be epic. Charles Briscoe called me right now. That's funny. He can get on here and talk to me, right? Yep, I could send my saws down with muffler. He'll get them there. What do I think about your Hamlin XL running? Let me think. To be honest, I don't think I can remember. I see so many videos of saws running, and it's been too long. I don't think I can remember the details. Nothing stood out to me, though. I can tell you that. The things that stand out kind of stick with the mind, you know what I mean? But nothing stuck out, so I'd say I think you're pretty decent there. Sound cut out. Yeah, Charles Briscoe was calling me. Bring Charlie in too. Advice on a build to build a tube muffler. Sure. Let me show you something. So, this is a failed attempt at building one of those mufflers. Two issues with this one. When it was mounted on the saw, like here, if you're familiar with these home lights, the cylinder sits straight like this. You can see where the pipe would be. If you look at that angle, that sucker was pointed. I could feel the air popping past my ear. Do not point it up like that. Yeah, I angled it thinking this would be down, you know? Yeah, I screwed up. I was upside down. So the pipe should have been angled down. You want it angled down towards the ground for certain. Not straight down, but down in a way. And another thing, if you make this pipe too short, it runs like it don't even have a muffler on it at all. It's basically like running a wide open exhaust. You only get the performance out of these pipes if you get the length of it exactly right. 3.5 inches is the length of mine. This pipe diameter is like an inch, inch and a quarter, inch and an eighth. I think it might be an inch and an eighth. So it's like inch and an eighth pipe at 3.5 inches long. So this is an inch too short. So the pipe actually needs to be like this long for it to function properly. So this piece here is just 3/4 of an inch from the end. I drill the hole at the center of it. So I measure in 3/4 of an inch, drill the hole at the center of that, whatever, that 3/4 inch, which would be the center of this pipe. And that's it. That's all there is to it. This pipe here is like 7/8 or 3/4. It's like something like that. But that's it. That's all there is to build these. This piece here, it's got to be pretty sturdy. If it's too thin, it'll bend. There's a lot of pressure that builds up inside of these, and it'll cause this plate to just push out and bend away from the engine. So it's got to be fairly sturdy. But these things are pretty simple. After you build a few, it's a lot simpler. Cutting this hole is what sucks the most. That's one of the reasons I'd like to have a mill to be able to do things like this, or a plasma cutter or something other than a drill press and a Dremel, because this is a pain in the butt using those two things. Time to make M. What's M? These are my stickers that I'm putting on all my saws. Putting on all my ported saws. Simple Man has a saw of mine that does not have one of these stickers because he got the saw before I got the stickers. And Tasman, him too, he doesn't have one of these stickers either. But everything else that I build, I'm putting a sticker on. I got 100 of them, so that should last for a little while. Time to make a muffler. Yep. Do I have my lineup ready yet? Heck no, we're just getting started. Ha! You got one of them. Muffler has one. Bellhopper's getting one. I'm building one. I got a whole group of people building saws, and then once they all come in, then I should have a couple of months to get them all fine-tuned and tweaked and everything ready. You know? Yeah, I'll have to mail you one, Simple Man. I could just stick that in a regular envelope. I got the stickers after I sent the saw out, though. Can you see what the writing says? For me, it's all blurry. It says, use at your own risk. Yeah, the 038. It's a 361 clone. Yeah, an MS361 clone is the one that Muffler is building for me. Yeah, my wife suggested turning that into a t-shirt. That'd be funny. If I could get this color shirt with this stuff printed on it, would be perfect. You can imagine? Caution, you know? I think it would be awesome. It would be a great idea. But on this color of a shirt, you know? Put it on the back, probably. Put it on both the front and back. Booty has one of your 372s, going wild with it. And Dubs has your other 372. Sweet. Yes, it is good to get saws done from other folks. Then you get to see how bad you really are, right? A patch would be nice too, yeah? My nose work. My nose work? My nose? Yeah, it is a little crooked. You see, I broke it a long time ago. So it actually comes down and veers over this way. Can I breathe through it? Kinda. It'll whistle if I do. Base gasket delete and a muffler mod is all you need. Yep. It's fun. You want to hear the story of this one? This nose break, huh? Is that what that's about? Let me think here. I was a kid. maybe 10-ish, maybe younger. I don't remember. I was young, but I would fix my own bicycle. Couldn't afford to go out and buy me a new bike or anything like that, so I had like 10 bikes, pieces of all of them jammed into one bicycle to make it to where I had a bicycle I could ride. Well, needs to say, I was going down this nice steep hill, and at the bottom of the hill, there sat a wagon. My wagon. I left my wagon sitting in the middle of the road. Come around the corner and slammed into that wagon, up over the handlebars, and just face planted perfectly into the gravel driveway. I can remember my arms, like I didn't even stick my arms out in front of me because just from the force, my arms went to my sides. So it was just a flat one, face first into the gravel. It sucked. My face swelled up from all the blood clot or whatever you want to call it. My whole face swelled up like a balloon, and they were worried about blood clots and everything. But my face was so swollen that they didn't notice that my nose was crooked. And it took forever for the face to swell down. And by the time that was all done, then it started showing that my nose was a little crooked. And by then, it was already healed to this position. And, just kind of left it. Yeah, a golf club will definitely wound a nostril. I'll say that. See you later, Nikki. Have a good night. We've been here almost an hour already. Wow. Oh, that's funny. It's so quiet now. Oh, I just noticed YouTube started a new thing that I can now. I'm going to figure it out, but it looks like you can now go live with two people. It looks like they just figured out a way to make it to where two people can team up and go live together. I'm going to figure out how that works, but we'll see. We should hopefully see where that goes here soon. Well, I think I'm going to go get myself a drink and get back to work and putting this all together. So, hey, I think it's a good time to say goodnight. It's 9 o'clock here. I'm going to get my drink, probably spend an hour here putting the bottom of this together, and maybe get this exhaust work done. I don't get very much done when I'm on here talking to y'all, you know what I mean? You just slow me down. You just make me go slow, you know? But I got to get this thing put together. That's all I got left to do is get the connector rod installed, the whole bottom half, set the exhaust, and then put the saw together, and we're on to testing. I got a few things to modify, though. I put a different coil in it, a couple of things to do. So it's going to take a little while to get it put together. The turkey loves you. Yeah, Okay. Thanks, Smitty. Thank you, William. Peace, everybody. Later, guys. Yep. Go to bed. Everybody go to bed. I'm going to sit down here and work. Later, crazy feller. All right, I'm going to call it at this. Just wanted to give you all a moment because I noticed there's like a 30-second delay between me and your responses. So I've been pausing here, kind of giving you a chance before I click end, you know? So, hey, we'll see you in the next one. I was thinking about trying to get into a routine of these lives, so we'll see how it goes. If I do, it'll probably be like an 8 p.m. Saturday thing. So we'll see if we can do it. But I'm going to try to get into like a routine of 8 p.m. Saturdays. So we'll see if I can pull that off. Alrighty, so hey, we'll catch you later.